What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out channel. It's G-Man out here, and it's another episode of Fight Talk with the BMAs, the Basic MMA Analysts. It's just me today. Wasn't able to collaborate timing with my partner in crime, Slick. Again, as I said, I'm in Singapore. He's in the UK. There's a 7-hour difference, so we both got our lives to live, and sometimes we just can't collaborate on the timing. But do watch out for his video. He'll do a solo one with his thoughts as well. But this is my thoughts on this week's UFC 277 card, which was a big one. Julianna Pena versus Amanda Nunes for the women's bantamweight title. Now, we all know the backstory, right? Julianna Pena has been calling out Amanda for the longest time. She fought her previously, and she just put on the pace. She went at her and beat the unstoppable Amanda. Amanda was the GOAT. She's known as the female GOAT regardless. She was double champ. She looked like she was unbeatable. And then Julianna Pena just came in with a force, with a belief, and just put it on her and was able to beat her. Now, through the build-up and whatnot, Amanda was saying that there was a couple of issues and whatnot, whatever that is. But let's talk about this fight, because this was awesome. Amanda went into a new camp, or she built her own gym, and her strategy in this was awesome. Like, she was just more composed, she was more strategic, she had a game plan, she stuck to that game plan, she came out southpaw, and you could see, that right hook, that check right hook was just catching Juliana, and she would not get into a dogfight. Like, when Juliana was coming in and throwing the punches, Amanda in the previous fight would try to fire back. In this one, she would back off or throw that check right hook, which knocked her down, I think, like 3-4 times in the second round of the fight. So she was a lot more smarter, did not play that brawling game. She came out with a strategy, and she done an amazing job. Juliana is tough as hell. Jeez, man. She went the whole 5 rounds, cut up, the blood was dripping. And at any point she could have given up, but she chose not to. She was trying to throw arm bars and everything to the very end. So the strategy of rounds 1, 2, and I think up to round 3, half of round 3, Amanda Nunes was in that southpaw stance, clipping her with that right hook, throwing a front kick to the body, and it was just working amazingly. Now, Juliana was connecting with some punches and whatnot, but again, Amanda didn't fall into that dogfight. She kind of backed off, composed, got back into her stance. And you saw when she went back into orthodox stance, she would just game plan, go back into southpaw, and connect with that right hook. I mean, again, every time she knocked her down with that check right hook, she knocked her down 3 times. I think one was a check right hook, a straight right. She didn't jump on her and try and gas herself out like she would have normally done. She kept very, very composed, and I think that's just the intelligence of her as a champion, her fight IQ, from her past experience, from the past fight, just learning from that. And I think that's just amazing, just to show true values of fight IQ and education from a champion, a legend, the GOAT, right? Female MMA GOAT. And then from round 3 onwards, she played the ground game. She took her down, great takedowns, and then just kind of threw elbows from the top. But again, and cut up Juliana bad, like so much blood. I think that's the most blood I've seen in a female fight, from what I remember. But again, Juliana was not giving up. To the very end of the bell, she was trying to hit the arm bars, throw strikes. When she stood up, again, trying to throw and swing and whatnot. But I think this time Amanda was just more composed and stuck to the game plan, which is amazing. So she's a double champ again. I don't know what she's going to do. I think she wants to go up to 145 again. I don't know what fights are up there for her. There's the Shevchenko fight again, if she wants to do that. But, and even if she wanted to ride off in the sunset and retire, that's a great story with Amanda, I would think. An amazing story, just depending if she wants to do that. But she just did build her own gym, and that's an investment on her. Maybe she wants to do a couple more fights out of that and see how it goes. And then Julianna Pena, she'll be back. She's such a beast. I can't believe she was going. Even the choke at the end, she could have gave up. She chose not to and fought through it. Fucking amazing. Just so much heart. Very inspirational. So that was a great fight. The co-main event, Brandon Moreno versus Kai France for the flyweight interim belt. Another great fight. I mean, in the previous fight was an amazing one, and then Brandon Moreno won that one on decision. This one, Again, brilliant fight back and forth. You could blatantly see the differences in from their first fight. Kai France, I do think he was so strategic. He was so composed. He was playing his game, and I feel like he was winning the fight. I feel like he was. I mean, it was back and forth, but I feel like he was winning that fight. He was doing very well, composed, sticking to his game plan, not getting into a dogfight. You could see Moreno when he got cut, he wanted to make it a dogfight. When you make the dogfight, that's when it suits Moreno so good. But Kai France did try to compose himself and not get into that, which was amazing. But then Moreno threw that left kick, and in the first fight, he was throwing that left kick high all the time. It's one of the techniques he always does. But in this one, came in, threw straight to the body, and it just shut down Kai France. And it must have hurt if a beast like Kai France went down to that. And then Moreno, he is the interim fight champion, and he's looking to fight the champion Figueiredo. Hopefully end of the year, Brazil, I don't know. But he's like the nicest guy in the world, Moreno. Like that call out or that message he gave at the end of his fight, just, you know, saying, I forgive you, and I hope if I said anything wrong to you, please forgive me, but I do want to fight you. Just, I love this dude, man. I love him. He's a geek, you know what I mean? Like with the, as I am here, as you can see, but with the Lego and all that sort of stuff, he's just the nicest dude ever, and he's a beast. I think he's a great, just a role model and a fighter and champion. He's like, I don't want to call out or say anything bad. My daughter's old enough to understand now, so I'm not going to do that. And I thought that was beautiful. My kind of guy, man. I love those type of humble fighters. Such a nice guy. I can't wait for him. That's number 4 between him and Figueiredo. I think that's the first time. But I mean, we're in a situation where those two are just constantly up there, which is an amazing situation for those two, really. And it does keep the division exciting, because as everyone grows, those two fight again, then they fight someone else, they go up and fight again. I mean, it's freaking amazing, and their fights have been awesome the whole time. So can't doubt that. So that's amazing. Good on Brandon Moreno. I hope they get the title fight by the end of the year. Before that, we had Derek Lewis versus Sergey Poligovich. Derek Lewis lost by TKO. There was a combination from Sergey. Maybe, I mean, everyone's saying it's a quick stoppage. It might have been. I mean, the way Derek fell down, it might have just looked like he was, you know, Sergey was still going to pull it on him. But as soon as the ref stopped it, Derek Lewis got up. So there's a chance that he could have finished. So it could have been a fast stoppage, but you know, the ref's the best at, I feel Dan Magliardo doing the best at what he does, and at that situation he fought just to protect Derek Lewis from any more damage, stop the fight. So, you know, it's unfortunate. Derek Lewis, you know, I think he got knocked out previously by Tai Tuivasa, I think it was. You know, maybe it's just a stretch right now that he's just going through, just needs to recompose, something like that. But Sergey coming up, which is great. Before that, we had Alexandra Pataja, sorry, I can't even say it, and versus Alex Perez. Alexandra came in hot from the beginning. He wanted to make a statement. Round 1, fight, touch glove, bam, 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 bam. He went straight in. There was no messing around. He wanted to make a statement, got the back, got the choke, and I think it was more on the jaw than anything. But he just went out. There was no feeling out process. They just like swinging from the beginning, and then the way he got the back, he done that takedown, swung on the back, and got the choke, or you could say, well, it was along the jaw anyway. But really, neck crank or whatever you want to call it, just put on it quick. He wanted to make a statement. Then light heavyweight bout, we had Magomed Ankalaev versus Anthony Smith. There's a lot of hype around Magomed. You know, he won by second round TKO. Anthony Smith looked like he broke his leg or his ankle or something. It must have been one of those kicks that he threw, and Magomed was checking them, and he was checking them well, not even just leg kicks, he was checking the body kicks as well. So it looked like it came something from there, which is unfortunate for Anthony Smith, who had that injury. But Magomed, I think he's got the second longest win streak at the light heavyweight division, second to John Jones. Which says something. He's a beast, so it could be a possible future champ. That's what everyone's saying. Future champ, again, another guy from Dagestan, just another beast. But he's not just a wrestler, he does his striking and everything. So exciting for that division. Then the prelims, I watched some of them, just to quickly go through some of them. I mean, Drew Dober and Rafael was a great fight. amazing body shot to the floating rib, solar plexus. That was really cool. Hamdi Abdul Wasab, he won against Dontel Myers, first Egyptian fighter. He's an Olympic wrestler, Greco-Roman wrestler, so that was cool. And the rest of the fights were pretty cool. But yeah, that was it. I mean, next week we got another fight card. What we got? We got another fight night. Santos versus Hill, so that should be good. Let's see who else is on this card. That should be a good light heavyweight bout. I mean, Jamal Hill is coming up. He was on the contender. I think he was on the contender, so he's coming up, which is quite exciting. Vicente Luque, it's great to see him back at the welterweight division. He's a beast there. And then Muhammad Usman, I believe that's Usman's brother, Kamaru Usman's brother. So another fun card next week. We won't be, the Brothers Geek Out will be on holiday for the next 2 weeks, so we won't be kind of doing any videos on these or any thoughts on this. But maybe when we're back, I could try and catch up with Slick, and we could do a quick recap on all the fights that has happened. But that was my thoughts on the fights. Really exciting. The UFC got fights going on every week. It's always exciting. My Sunday morning is always the same. It's nice living in Singapore because I could just wake up and my morning is with UFC, which is my Sunday morning with UFC, which is always awesome. But yeah, that was my quick thoughts on the fights. I thought it was a great card, great fights. I think every fight, there was no decisions. Was there? No decisions. Was there? I don't know. I just went through it, but such a fun fight. And who would have known, like, women in MMA or in combat sport will sell out arenas and have amazing pay-per-views and have amazing freaking exciting fights. It's absolutely amazing. Double champion Amanda, she goes down as one of the GOATs in general, not just female. Very exciting. So anyway, that was my quick thoughts. Do look out for Slick's video as well. He'll give you his thoughts. And please do like. Thanks everyone for the interaction and everything. Please like, subscribe, and all that other usual stuff. All right, I'm out. Peace.